The January 9th, 2013 meeting of the Oregon City Library Board is called to order. First order of business is to, there she is, to select a board chair and vice chair.
You might want to welcome our new member.
Hi, Dan. Oh.
Hi.
And I'm sorry. Would you like to introduce yourself since I'm horrible at names?
It's okay. My name is Dan Millard, and I was appointed as of January 2nd, 2013.
Welcome.
Yay, thank you.
Hey.
All right. First order of business is to select the 2013 board chair and vice chair. I nominate Don. I can do it. I nominate Don Wright as the chair of the library board for 2013.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor,
Well-
please.
Yep.
Up.
I was asking Laura if she would be vice chair.
We're voting on the chair first.
No, but I usually we talk to the people about it.
Oh, okay.
A
Yeah,
little
we'd
bit
be
ahead
nice,
of
yeah.
time.
Kind of fast, just
When
came in the
it-
door, didn't you?
Okay, wait a minute.
Welcome.
We're voting on the chair. At that point, we will discuss the vice chair after the election of the chair.
Well, I'd like to know, does the chair have to be someone who's served as vice chair?
No.
Okay, all right.
Are there any other nominees? All those in favor of Don Wright for the chair of the library board, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Now we'll talk about the vice chair. Your name has been mentioned, Laura, as a vice chair. Would you serve if so? Ann?
It's my last year, so I
And
don't
you
know
know
if that's usually, because I know
You know you can be reappointed. Are you interested in being reappointed?
on the board.
Yeah, you've only been on one term.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I
You've
thought-
been
You
once,
can be
2
too.
terms.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if you're interested,
If
you've
you're
got all year to
interested.
think about it.
Yeah,
It's-
whatever.
Okay.
You can definitely
Situation
be
is.
I didn't-
vice chair
I-
without being chair, though.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can be reappointed once.
Okay, all right. Yes, I
Okay.
would be interested.
I
Are
nominate
there any
Laura.
other
Thank you.
nominations? Any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, I would call for a vote of acclamation for Laura for vice chair.
Aye.
So moved.
Great.
Look forward to serving.
Yes. Citizens' comments.
Oh, approval of minutes.
Ah,
I'm
approval of
sorry,
minutes.
I'm not
sorry.
keeping up
There we
with
go.
the activity here.
Has everybody
There.
had a chance to read the minutes? They're in front of us here.
They were brief.
They were brief.
We're brief.
Did you send them out?
Yeah.
I sent that link.
I got the reports and I got the other stuff. Somehow I didn't do that.
They're all kind of embedded.
Buried.
You have to
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
That's that new system.
There we go. Yeah. They were short, though.
Yeah, it was the executive
Oh,
session, my
yeah.
report, and then,
Right.
yeah.
I move approval of the minutes as distributed.
Have a second?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Citizens' comments. None. We'll move on to library director report.
Okay. So, statistically speaking, we are, what am I looking at that for? We are doing really well. December is actually not as busy of a month as some of the other months, but we're still doing 109% of last December. So, and circulation is up as well. So I think that kind of says something about people using the library. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I think that there are some people that realize that they can pick up holds there and it's not that bad now and kind of are changing their minds about, using multiple libraries. Westland has this to offer and we have this to offer, and why not pick up their holds in Oregon City because it's closer. But anyway, so we're seeing a lot of people, and in fact, it was December, was it? The day after Christmas break? No. What? We had that huge amount of people come in.
Said
According to this,
January 2nd.
Oh, that was January 2nd.
It was the
770
last
people.
day.
Gosh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, my chronologies here are a little squishy just because I'm always talking about last month, but I'm always in this month when I'm doing it. So bear with me.
How
on
did
that.
they get along crammed in like that?
Well, they weren't all there at the
Hopefully
same
they
time.
They were paced.
That would have been a fire hazard. Yes, I do believe that the fire chief would have been over there. Yeah. So anyway, that was an amazing amount of work for staff, and they did a great job. And we also had our second film in December and our third film in January. And a man named Pearl was in December, and I probably talked to you about that in December. That was great. And then Hot Coffee was this last week, and 40 people attended that. And that was really well attended. And Vicki Yates did a great job of facilitating the conversation afterwards. I mean, she was just the right person with her experience. It was amazing because she had done a lot of corporate work actually, and she'd been enough on both sides, but she'd actually been in cases that actually were big corporations that she was helping arbitrate, and so she could really talk about it from that point of view, because that movie makes it look all bad, and she could put a different spin on it. And Oregon's a little bit different than like these other states too, so that was really pretty fascinating. It went really well. And then you will see that we actually have reference statistics this time, and what we realized is that just this last September, the state library kind of clarified a little bit better what they want us to collect with reference statistics. So we decided to kind of start from scratch and not really compare to what came before, because this is going to be a little bit different. And so we've come up with a pretty good system that we're going to do from here on out. So you're just going to see them like quarterly. There'll still be blanks every, some of those other months. But then at the end of the year, we'll be able to do this annual analysis and put it all together for the state report and everything else. And the email newsletter is steadily, we're gaining people. So we're up to over 250.
Have you sent out the second one?
I've sent out like the third one. I'm not getting it.
No.
Dang it.
I'm
You're
not
not
getting
either?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I got to make sure I'm signed up.
What I need to do is like,
So weird
Pass a piece of paper.
because it's not
A
even
survey.
going in the spam or anything.
pen in here somewhere.
You need a piece of paper?
No,
I
just need a
get
pen.
it.
I got
You
one.
get it.
I get it.
What's it look like? What's it say?
You get it?
I don't read
When
it.
it comes, I get it.
When it comes to the library, no, I don't. You don't even
It
like.
says from the
Right.
It says from
library.
the
You know what I
library.
think? I probably could like send people a link if I know they're not getting it. So let me try that.
You're talking
okay?
about the newsletter.
The newsletter, yeah.
That would be
So
interesting
Send
to try.
Claire and Dawn a link,
And Dan, please.
and Dan. I'll try and sign you up.
I just-
Okay, sign
But
up.
it goes through. Doesn't it just go through our library card?
No,
Or did I sign up when I signed up?
you must have signed up.
Oh, you know why? I wonder if I'm getting. Because when I signed up for Daler's card,
You probably got it on that.
I put it on that. I don't know if it necessarily was on my old.
Yeah.
I bet it's that.
See, because,
we made his card recently.
The everybody.
There was a sticker on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on our new registration card, we're asking people
Yeah.
to, if they want to do it. But all the people who already have cards, we're asking them to fill out a little form. We can't just like go in
That's
and
why I
just do
got
that.
it. It's because
Yeah.
of Daler. That's why. Because it was a new card.
Link to newsletter. Okay, let's. So I do think that there could be some weird thing with Mailchimp or whatever, but it's getting a little easier for me to like actually create the thing. So, and they're doing some upgrades to it, so maybe that'll go
What's
away
your
too.
email, Don? I mean, who are you with, your provider?
Gmail, like Google.
Yeah, and I have
Different than
tons
mine.
of Gmail accounts.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Is there a place on that newsletter for you to send it to your friends, to spam it out to?
I think there's a way. Let me
Yeah.
look for that, okay?
All right.
And I can let you guys
Maybe
know about
spam
that.
isn't the right word. but-
That's okay. I know what you meant.
I'm sure the recipient would think
Spawn?
that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Spawn? That sounds
Spawn,
even more.
yeah, no,
Sounds
it's getting
scarier.
worse.
That
It's
sounds
actually
even
getting
worse.
worse.
Sprawls.
Um, And then
Sure.
we've started a new cultural pass too to Evergreen Aviation, and it's kind of a limited thing, but it's still something to at least offer families who want to go over there. It doesn't include like the pool and all that good stuff, but it does allow 2 people to get into the main aviation museum.
Gift shop discount, I read.
I know,
I was
that's
surprised
not
by
bad,
that
right?
even.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We had a question come up at the Friends meeting. Is there anything different? Can you have them for longer? Or is this you have to have it back by 4 still?
Basically, have to have it back, right?
Because of the distance.
Is
I see.
anybody really going to use it?
Can they use it? Can they get there and back? Yeah, it's a question.
Yeah.
For the same day.
Because
You
we've,
pick
I
it
know
up in
we've
the morning
gone
at
to the
10.
art museum.
Well, you can
one
sometimes
where
pick it
we've
up the night
hurried
before.
back.
Yeah. Is why
It's a county thing, I think.
I realize they move better that way and they're available to the next person, but is there a reason they have to be in it for?
Well, for the next person, right?
Yeah, they have to be in so that, you know, like say you wanted this one, you could pick it up the evening before, the hour before we close, and then you could actually get there early if you chose to do that. That's kind of why we do it, so that the person can pick it up the night before.
There's only one pass, right?
That's just
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, you
have
have
multiple
multiple
things.
seats.
Yeah, and
So it's one pass, but you have to decide. Okay, I'm going to do Aviation Museum, or I'm going to do OMSI, or I'm going to do whatever.
No. Each venue has its
Oh,
own
each
pass.
venue has its own. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you've got multiple passes, but each pass is for a different location.
Right.
Okay.
And not multiple passes of those multiple locations.
Yeah, just one each.
Because some libraries do that, where
Sure.
you can.
And we could do that if we wanted to pay more money. I mean, I
Yeah.
never even thought about that.
Do
But
what,
still.
Laura?
Many libraries have multiple cultural passes. So
Purchase.
So maybe
you just purchase more.
taking
And
a
I
look
know
at
different-
which ones
Right.
our particular library does the most of. Maybe looking at if OMSI is the big one, then maybe doing 2 or 3. I don't know.
I know, like Boston.
It's not a museum.
Museum of Fine Arts. their
The
actual
Children's Museum, the
institutional
art
pass
museum.
Had,
yeah.
It was beautiful because they just had
Although
the
you can
dates.
get there and back.
Tear
The
out
problem
dates.
is
They had
you can pick it up the night
365
before.
actual
Then you
small
have to
pieces
go
of
back
paper
before.
that the
Wow.
Museum of Fine
Which
Art
you
does.
get-
And is
So
that,
if
is
you're
that
an institution
the
like a
stringent
library
of
or
the,
a school or something
of
like
the,
that,
the business
you
you're
just get that
passing
actual
with, or
pass
is that
for the
just
day.
rules for the library?
So there was no.
Aha.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
It was a pretty clever system, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a better way to do it. And
Yeah.
now that now that we have this one and it's logistically harder, that may force us to come up with a different thing. I don't think we're going to come up with one individually different. I mean, I think the whole system
Yeah.
kind of needs to come up with something
Yeah.
different because basically everybody does it the same way.
Do the
I mean, they
Friends-
may offer
Go
different
ahead, Laura.
drop-off possibilities, but that's about it.
Go ahead, Laura.
I just noticed on the stats, when I had looked at the stats earlier, that the cultural passes were really increased
Some months they are, and some months they aren't.
compared to last year.
Well, yeah,
it was like
235 and 1,600.
Oh, wait a minute. That seems a little bit out of line.
okay.
Unless they didn't keep statistics, so last year, yeah, that seems really funny.
For the last fiscal year must be a different number.
Were we
Because it's a-
counting cultural passes the whole year?
No,
I'm not
maybe
sure we
not.
were.
I don't think we
Okay.
were. I
That
think we
must be
picked that
it.
up
Sorry.
when we started doing the door counts and stuff. It was later into the year when we did that.
I think it's a great thing to offer, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's huge.
And the Friends are pleased to pay for them.
And we thank you, friends.
Yeah, thank you, friends. Yeah.
But you know what, that might be something especially Evergreen to consider if it turns out to be popular, is having a second one available.
Yeah, because actually it's only 100, I think. 100.
Yeah, I think it was.
No, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
100 a year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could conceivably have more than one. So we'll have to kind of track that. And we can do that individually. I can break it down, actually. Even myself. By myself, I can do that. I know, right? Yeah. Let's see what else is interesting.
Did you talk about the South End? You have requests regarding South End concept?
Yeah, I haven't talked about that yet.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about the movie
Yeah.
program? Are you continuing it?
Well, we have 2 more scheduled for this year, February and March, and it was just kind of meant to be like a wintertime thing. But we were talking about it. It seems really popular, and we're kind of wondering if we shouldn't just go ahead and do like September through May or something like that. Maybe not this year, but next year. Because the other thing is what we did is we actually selected the movies before we looked into the licensing. And let me tell you, the licensing is like, wow.
Yeah.
So, so what we want to do this year is like in April, sit down with Kathy and who knows, maybe other patrons or something like that, kept from the Pioneer Center, and like come up with like multiple ideas, and then investigate those, then select however many we're going to do, based on our true actual knowledge of what the licensing fee is going to be. And some of them, Linda's been doing all that work, and it is not easy. Some of them, you just like, for the Michael Moore, did we ever come up with a guy?
Yeah, well,
we
we
did.
finally did, yeah.
But
What's it cost?
That one we'll have a one-time license, and that one I think is $100.
Yeah.
But hot coffee,
coffee was
like
$350.
$350.
Wow.
So basically, we bought a DVD for $350.
yeah.
I know. That was horrible for one showing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you know, so we just need to investigate that a little and do a little bit better job of that ahead of time. You know, there's only 5 this year, so you know it's not going to add up to that much. But if we decided to do 8 or 9, then that would start accumulating. So we just need to be a little bit smarter about that in the future. But they've been really popular, you know, and I'm really pleased with the turnout.
Norma and I attended a movie at the Canby Senior Citizen Center, and basically you sat in some chairs and they popped a DVD in there and walked away on this big screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did any of the licensing that you're talking about.
No, this other stuff is what makes the difference. You know, we have food and drink,
I see.
and then afterwards we have somebody who facilitates a conversation about the movie.
Okay.
So it's not meant to just be a movie showing.
all right.
You know, it's really meant to
And
be a
even if it was,
conversation.
you still need the license.
It doesn't fall under educational.
Yeah, why do you
It
need a
does fall under
license?
educational,
No,
but
you
that's a
cannot
separate section
reshow-
of the license.
Yeah, you cannot reshow
It's copyright,
commercial
you can't.
films
And we
without
can't
paying
even
the
advertise
distributor.
them.
Yeah, some of them, these licenses don't even allow you to advertise the name of the movie. It's the most bizarre thing.
can say
We
you
are
have it
we are
in the
going to
movie, but
show
that's
Princess
it.
Bride in February, and so we're advertising it as come, you know, learn about True Love.
Very good.
Because we can't say
And how
Princess
about our US
Bride. It's like
licenses?
totally counterintuitive of what you would think. They'd want to promote you, the name and everything out
I'm
there.
surprised that they wouldn't nail you for copyright infringement for that.
Well, I mean,
Well, we can describe the
Yeah.
describe the story.
Yeah.
we can describe it.
There will be
As
RUSS.
you wish.
Yes, as you wish, exactly.
And streaming falls. Does streaming fall under the same?
It
For
should.
copyright.
Probably.
It should.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it does.
Princess Bride is what you're showing?
Not for the documentary series.
okay.
Just
I
for-
thought maybe you
yeah.
were switching here.
We're going straight to fiction and fantasy, man, and chick flicks all the way. Yeah. No.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's with the movies.
Under the Tuscan
And
Sun.
so, I mean, programs in general, we have like increased our children's programs. Like last year, I told you we had 50 more than the year before, and already this year we've done like 40 more than last year. So, I mean, we're just like exponentially making improvements on that kind of thing.
Clarifying, it's a fiscal year, not a calendar year.
Right.
You haven't done 50 more in the last week.
No. Yeah, you guys know what I mean.
She still has hair on her head.
Yeah.
We-
No, and
we are-
I don't do these. You know,
We are
but
on camera, so just in case.
that would be Karen or Linda. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I'm just really pleased with our programs and our numbers, and you know, obviously not all of them are well attended, but you know, I think we're learning from what we're putting out there. So any questions about statistics? So the South End concept plan thing is,
I can talk about book club bundles too. Yeah.
are
we done with?
no, we're not done. So no, I'd be happy to talk about book club bundles. Yeah.
Let her go by the numbers.
No, I don't. I'm just jumping. I'm totally jumping around. Yeah. Where are we?
Number 5, South End Concept Plan.
Okay. So book club bundles.
Oh,
So
no, she goes to
What?
6.
I thought it was South End Concept.
I don't like have the same thing in front of me at all.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
What shall we talk about now?
I'm on like the library director report. That's all
Let's
I
go.
know.
Let's talk about book club bundles.
You're hitting it all, just not in order.
This doesn't even say book club bundles on
I
it.
see.
It doesn't?
No, and this
Says
does not
book club,
either.
too.
So I don't know what you guys are looking at.
Well, and
but-
when you
We're
get
looking
to,
at the
We're looking at the
director's
director's report.
and when you get to the bottom, I'd like more explanation of the Bach Club.
Director's report. Let me see if this is on here.
So where are we?
Japanese salad.
Yeah, bok
now.
choy.
See, none of that stuff shows up on here.
Get your
Anyway,
own attachments?
no, but the attachments don't, like, nothing on here
Here's
says
what
book
we're
club
looking
bundle.
at.
Oh, that director's report.
Yeah. Oh, one by
Oh, that director. Okay, that director. Got it.
That library. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to be on 5 now.
All right.
Okay? 5. South End Concept Plan. So, as you know, maybe, if you've heard, they're trying to gather all kinds of input on a South End concept plan that they're putting together. So, our Public Works Department is trying to, this is like the concept plan is what comes before like a master plan, is my understanding. And so I had a request. They're trying to hit all the boards. I had a request from people that are putting this stuff together for them if they could come to our board meeting in February and use about a half an hour to present on the South End concept plan. And I said, I certainly think my board would want to be included in this in one way or another. Just because they're trying to make sure everybody that volunteers for the city and stuff are all hit, and yeah.
Interesting. Can't we just go online and play with their cool software?
I don't know. So, I mean,
So is that the
I said
request?
I'd ask you guys.
So is that the request that we have?
That's the request.
Sure. Citizens' comments? Always good for
Yeah,
that.
he can. The person can present up
Yep.
early.
Keep it very
and-
short. In the meantime, though, I made a real request to speak, Mr. Chair.
Oh, well, see, it doesn't show up.
It doesn't show on yours.
That's because you're still the chair.
If you haven't gone online, go to the city website and look for Give Your Input on the South End Concept Plan. They're using some software from Metro that is the most fun I have ever had giving feedback to the city. You can actually drag and drop little bicycles and things, you tell them where you want bike paths, where you want connector roads.
It's on the city site?
It's on the city site. It is the most incredible interactive software for planning.
So that's really neat. And I think, what they're trying to do are like kind of uncover what the values of the city are. And so that's why they want to hear from boards, because they believe that you guys are working on at least representing the values of the community in this area to the city. So, it makes some sense. So that's Metro software, huh?
It's, wow, it's cool. And
I'll look at that.
we need to truly, truly look at it when we finally get our finger on a site. Because the depth of the information you can give and the interaction, it's wonderful.
That's neat.
You have a website?
Or orcity.org. And then it's on the front page. It says, give your feedback, or South End Concept Plan,
ORCITY.
orcity.org.
As opposed to the school being ORE City, yeah. Okay, and then book bundles. So this came from an idea that other libraries do. We had a bunch of Robopocalypses. Is that where it started, or something else? Or maybe it was Kirkpatrick.
No,
Something else? Anyway,
I don't remember where it started, but I think we saw them at Hillsborough Library, I think, when we went on our little tour.
okay.
And they talked about them a little bit, and we thought
Yeah.
it would be a good idea.
Yeah, and we had been talking about doing them in Eugene. So we decided to, in situations where it's either easy or we already have multiple copies of something that we're taking off the shelf, like Robopocalypse, to go ahead and create like a book bundle. And it's in a nice little plastic container, right? So it's like 6 to 8 books typically.
10.
Oh, 10, okay. That one person could check out for their book club for up to 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah, great.
That's not actually how they checked out
Yes, they are.
for us. We signed,
Well, Betty checked it out, and you guys
it
signed
signed out
it
to
for
her.
her.
Yeah, so that was a little different because
Because she's,
Yeah.
it was, she actually checked it out and then
Yeah.
just distributed them, which is what other people are doing.
Yeah.
But we're also taking requests from book clubs for titles, like if there's something that they want to read down the road or whatever, and if it's available in paperback.
especially if it's
We're
available in
trying to
paperback.
get that.
Yeah.
We'll do hardbacks,
I
like
really
Wild.
like that.
We have 2 book bundles for that,
Yeah.
for the upcoming read,
To
and we had the Robopocalypse, but normally they'd be paperback.
Have the book clubs migrated over to ebooks? Who knows, huh?
As an individual, members of book groups, some
Yeah. You know how it is in book clubs. Everybody kind of does their own thing if possible.
Yeah.
But we also thought, it's like we could make it easy for people.
Okay.
And especially for books that, we have multiple copies of, like Robopocalypse. Why not put them together and see if they circulate, But we also did a couple of the youth
The
things
Oregon
for...
Battle of the Books.
Yeah, we did some
We have
bundles
2
of those.
sets of the 3 to 5, grades 3 to 5, 2 sets of the 6 to 8, and one of the high school. They're 10. I think each set has 10 books in them. It used to be
16
the Young
titles.
Readers' Choice Awards. We don't do Young Readers' Choice in Oregon anymore. They do.
Bob.
Yeah. So
No, Is it the Battle of the Books?
This is the Battle of the Books.
The kids
yeah.
read the books. And
The
then
kids read
we-
the books, and then they vote. And yeah, but they all went out on holds. One of our charter schools called me and talk about doing it, and as soon like before she even got there, and we put it in the catalog, there were holds on them. They all went out. I mean, she ended up getting the one she wanted, but they all went right out. So we probably won't see them
I think they're good.
ever.
They're supposed to be out. We
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
want material in.
And we're
We
not,
want
they're
material
not
out.
individual. It's the same like the book bundle. You take the whole box. You get all 10 titles. So
Yeah. And we're trying to, the tension that comes in is like an individual could see, oh, look, there's a book available, but that individual really only wants one copy. Well, we don't really want the bundle to go to an individual who wants one copy. So this does get a little bit difficult to manage. You have to think about that kind
Are
of
they
thing.
barcoded, each book?
No, just the bundle,
box
right?
is
The box.
barcoded.
So
Yeah.
then could end up being problems, the person who takes it upon themselves to check it out, then they've got to make
Yeah.
sure they get them all
It's their
down.
responsibility. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
price is right on the box.
Oh,
Yeah. Try and make it real plain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but if you've been in a book club for 10 years and you know everybody, and anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Any other questions about statistics or that stuff? I'm not sure I have much more.
We move on to the Friends of the Oregon City Library Board.
Wait, I
think
do
we're-
want to say something else.
Yes.
So this weekend is the retreat for the city commission. That starts Friday night and goes all day Saturday. And we will be talking about progress on the library site. That's, been a goal and continues to be a goal. And then the other thing we'll try and nail down is that Doug, the Mayor Neely, when we were talking last month, he suggested that we have a joint meeting. So I'll be trying to nail that down a little bit more, just so you know. And then I am meeting with Cressa Partners tomorrow, just so you know. Cressa? Remember Matt Newstrom and Niall? I'm meeting with them.
Oh, that's their business?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
business.
I see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Good.
That's it.
All right. I don't think we have a Friends report.
We had a nice routine meeting today. However, I will say that we are going to be adding a few more books by local authors, which made me very happy. We're continuing to support our local authors.
How are the holidays over there?
December was very good for sales.
Good.
Good.
And the foundation, they'll come to us later, I suppose.
We did not have a meeting in December,
Okay.
so.
Is there any new business to come before the board? Hearing none, I will say that our next regular date for a meeting is February 13th, 4:30 at the same time, same people, same place.
Hopefully
Hey,
some
great.
more
With
people.
that, I will adjourn the meeting, I think, right?
Excellent.
You
Thank
did a lovely job in your fledgling effort.